Okay, this is Scotty. I've been looking after Scotty since summertime. We're now in midwinter. Now this is an important point. We've got a pony without a rug on, a bit of mud on him. Fantastic. Why? Because the pony is burning fuel. He's losing weight without us having to lift a finger to get him to lose weight, and he lives on a diet which includes the minerals, which are in the diet section on the website. He gets the soaked hay, so he gets to eat lots and lots of roughage. He's actually still in pretty good condition under his little bit of fur. He's got fat on him, all his ribs are covered. He's still got fat around his tail base. So unrugging the horse actually gives you a benefit because it causes them to burn fuel and increase their metabolic workload without you having to lift a finger, and this pony is going great without the rug on. We are 4 or 5 months into the process of trying to fix some very, very chronic feet, and I'll get down and show you now. How long's this been going on?
It's probably been going on for about 2 years. He was a pony that was lame on and incorrect treatment of the actual condition led to a severe case of laminitis. Yeah.
So what's happened here with the feet is what we've done. This is at the 5-week mark and he's due for reshoeing. The open-toe bar shoes or reverse shoes or whatever you want to call it are starting to sink where my thumb is pointing because the wall is now moving away because it's so poorly attached. It's very, very important with anything to do with laminitis that you do a little bit often. This area here we're trying to keep out of weight bearing. It's virtually unable to sustain a shoe or anything like that without the foot just sinking away from the wall. It's so poorly attached. So for my preference, I just leave it out. What we're going to do is we're going to back the foot up, which means we're going to address the hoof angle here, and we're also going to take some heel off, but we are going to preserve this area of wall here because this is the bit that we absolutely need to keep the pony off the ground and prevent sole pressure. What we're going to do is do one shoe at a time. Okay, step 1 is to remove all that sole that wants to come out easily. Being careful here that you don't overdress it. Don't want to be able to move that with thumb pressure. That would not be good. Alright, now the next step was going to be to take some heel off. Ask your questions, go for it.
Is that good foot to there?
Not exactly. The foot, because it grows down in a cone, yeah, and the heels get to the ground quicker than the toe because they're not as long as the area at the toe, you have better attachment and it's less affected by the primary laminitic episode anyway. This here is very poor to try and sit a shoe on, and in worse cases than this, I'd actually remove some of this and recreate it with some equithane and put something there that's not going to collapse.
Yep.
But when we put our little shoe here, we're free of sole pressure under there, it's not touching. We're putting most of our weight-bearing surface behind the widest part of the foot, and we're taking the toe out of weight-bearing completely. Okay, so now we've just nailed that shoe on, right, and we'll do the rest from the front. You can see that it comes out quite a way behind the heels. The idea is to create the equivalent weight-bearing surface behind the foot that you would have had in front of the foot. All we're doing is just redistributing the surface area of the foot to the back. Learn from them. They're unreal. Okay, here we go. This is the second foot now. It's very hard to see with this light, but this area here, the wall, is not even level with the sole, and I haven't touched it. It's because this here basically is just the laminitic wedge, and from here back, all this area that's now white, because I've just trimmed it, is wall that we can sit a shoe on. So we are really at the 50-50 stage of even being able to sit a shoe on without having to rebuild some of this. But we will get away with it. So very, very poor hoof wall quality around the front of the foot. And our crisis line, the worst of it is from here down. However, when you look carefully, there's another line here. That will be really good foot above this. This will be mediocre, and this is very damaged. So a bit to do. Okay, very important that we've got a normal hoof pastern angle now. You can see I've rasped quite aggressively down the front here, and I've removed this area because I want this area to grow down without any pressure or pull, dorsal pull, because if this wall is allowed to start weight bearing, all it's going to do as pony breaks over the ground is just be pulled away from the hoof and the normal laminae. And you can see this massive laminitic wedge sitting in here. However, over time the shoeing style will be returned to normal, and fundamentally that's a normal looking, well, reasonably normal looking hoof capsule. And that's one of the most important principles of laminitis, is always go back to normal. Create a normal hoof pastern angle, normal heel angle. Very important. Don't just work from the toe. Remember what's going on back here as well. Nail placement at the moment is a bit more caudal. Normally the nails would finish at the widest part of the foot, which is about where my thumb is now. Okay, I'm going to clench up this other foot. Okay, the other foot now. Same thing, trying to get a normal heel angle. We've got plenty of posterior support with the shoe. We've beveled in here. We've got a bigger weight-bearing surface behind the widest part of the foot, so that the foot's got something to work on. Taken all of this area here out of weight-bearing and trimmed this back to a normal hoof angle. And from about here down is rubbish, and from here up is good foot. Quick look underneath. Right, this is the foot that we started with originally, and what we've done basically is just take some heel off, move our shoe back. Okay, and there's our little team. Thanks, team.
Oh, right, you.